Hey, thrill seekers and scoop lovers. Did you know that ice cream, that innocent little joy we all scream for on a hot day, was once a silent killer stalking the streets of Victorian London? One lick, and a child could be dead in 3 days. Picture this: foggy streets, gas lamps flickering, a barefoot kid clutching a single penny. He hears the cry, "Hokey Pokey, penny a lick." He runs, lines up, gets his tiny glass, licks, smiles, goes home. 3 days later, he's gone, cholera, and he's just one of thousands. Today, we're diving deep into the dark, delicious truth behind deadly penny licks. How a sweet treat became a weapon. How children paid with their lives. And how one immigrant's crazy idea in a tiny kitchen accidentally saved the world and gave us the ice cream cone. From Italian hustlers dodging police raids, to doctors testing poop-filled cream in secret labs, to a wild 1904 World's Fair where one waffle changed dessert forever. Here's the real deal. No edits, no fluff. Hit subscribe and ring that bell, because this scoop is about to get ice cold. Let's go back to 1847. A young man named Carlo Gatti steps off a ship in London. He's 28, broke, and carrying nothing but a waffle iron and a dream. London is a beast. 2 million people crammed into a city with no proper sewers. Cholera killed 14,000 in 1 year alone. Kids work 16 hours a day in factories, their fingers eaten away by chemicals. If you're poor, you're lucky to live past 27. But Carlo sees something no one else does: ice. In his hometown in Switzerland, they harvest it from mountains. Here, it's worth more than gold. By 1851, he's running a little cafe near the Thames, not selling tea, not biscuits, ice cream, real, creamy, frozen ice cream, sold on the street for pennies. How he makes a deal with the canal company, £10 a year to cut ice from their frozen canals. By 1857, he digs 2 massive underground ice wells in Camden. Each one holds 3,000 tons of ice from Norway, packed in straw and sawdust, a frozen empire. Soon, hundreds of Italian vendors hit the streets. They push wooden carts with shiny brass lids. They shout, "Hokey Pokey, echo unpoco." That means, here's a little, a ha'penny buys a tiny lick. A penny gets you a real scoop. Kids go crazy for it. And then comes the penny lick. It's a tiny glass, no bigger than a shot glass. Thick base, funny little stem, shallow bowl on top. The vendor puts in a dollop of ice cream, just enough to look like a treat, but barely a mouthful. The kid licks it clean, tongue scraping every bit, hands it back. The vendor, he wipes it with a dirty rag if you're lucky. Or he dunks it in a bucket of brown water, pulled straight from the Thames, and fills it for the next kid. No soap, no hot water, no nothing. Meet Elisa. She's 8, works in a match factory. Her fingers are yellow from poison. She hasn't smiled in weeks, but today, she's saved 1 penny. She runs to Giovanni's cart on Brick Lane. "1 penny lick, please, signore." Giovanni smiles, scoops vanilla ice cream made with milk from a cow in his basement, water from a pump near a graveyard. Eliza licks, her eyes light up, first joy in months. She finishes, hands the glass back, skips away, dreaming of tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. 3 days later, fever, vomiting, diarrhea so bad her mother can't keep up. By nightfall, Eliza is dead, cholera from that glass. And she's not alone. Thousands of kids die the same way. 1 glass, hundreds of tongues, zero cleaning. By 1860, 300 ice cream carts roam London. By 1880, over 1,000. Each cart has just 6 to 12 glasses. That means one glass is licked by up to 50 kids a day before anyone even pretends to clean it. And cleaning, a joke. One vendor told a court in 1892, "I change the water once a week." Sometimes the ice cream itself, often fake, real cream costs too much. So they use mock cream, skim milk, corn flour, yellow dye, sweetened with sugar, mixed with plaster of Paris, vanilla flavor, bitter almond oil, sometimes with a touch of cyanide. But the kids don't care. It tastes like heaven. For one moment, they forget the hunger, the cold, the factory smoke. Giovanni starts his day at 4 in the morning in a dark Soho cellar, lights a gas lamp, mixes milk, sometimes from a cow with tuberculosis, with sugar, eggs blown empty by his own mouth, water from a pump leaking sewage. He packs it into a metal freezer, surrounds it with ice and salt from Gady's wells. By 8, it's ready. He loads his cart, wraps the freezer in old sacks, hits the streets. By noon, he's in Whitechapel. By 3, the East End. By dusk, he's served 200 kids, 200 pennies, £8 a week, more than a doctor makes. He's a king, but his crown is made of poison. By the 1870s, the bodies are piling up. Dr. William Hardwick is the medical officer for Paddington. In 1879, he writes a report that shakes the city. The penny lick glass is a direct path for cholera, tuberculosis, and diphtheria. He tests 50 ice cream samples from street vendors. The results are horrifying. 40% have cholera bacteria, 25% have tuberculosis, 90% are full of poop. The water comes from the River Thames. In 1858, it was so filthy they called it the Great Stink. Parliament had to close because MPs couldn't stand the smell. 200 million gallons of raw sewage dumped into it every single day. The milk, watered down with that same river water to save money. Eggs blown empty with the vendor's breath. Sugar, sometimes cut with plaster. Dr. Andrew Wilson writes in 1898, "These rolling poison shops are licked by sick people and immediately refilled for healthy children." In Bristol, 1894, 27 kids died in just 1 month, all linked to the same ice cream cart. The vendor arrested. The cones, still warm from the last lick. Parliament explodes. MPs scream, "Ban the penny lick." Vendors shout back, "We rinse them." Rinse them in what? A bucket of dirty water shared by 50 carts. Giovanni knows the truth. At night, in his tiny room, he counts his pennies. He remembers little Tommy, the boy who collapsed right in front of his cart. Mid-lick, just the heat, he tells himself, but he knows, one more death, and the police will burn his cart. The pressure is building. Something has to break. In 1892, The Lancet publishes a study, Ice Cream as a Vehicle of Infection. 14 outbreaks in London. 87 deaths, mostly kids under 10. In 1896, a coroner in Manchester rules, death by misadventure caused by contaminated ice cream from a penny lick glass. Newspapers go wild. Death in every lick, screams the Pall Mall Gazette. Children poisoned for pennies, roars the Daily Mail. Mothers panic. They pull their kids away from the carts. Vendors go underground, selling from alleys, back doors, under blankets. But the children still come, because ice cream is hope. Let's look at one outbreak up close. August 1895. Bethnal Green, a heat wave, 90 degrees. Ice cream sales, triple. One vendor, Antonio Rossi, serves 400 kids in a single day. 10 glasses, 1 bucket, never changed. By September, 42 children are dead, all from the same street, all 8 from Rossi's cart. The inquest is brutal. A doctor testifies, "I found cholera in the ice cream. The water came from a pump 20 feet from a cesspit." Rossi is fined £10. His cart is burned in the street, but a month later, he's back with new glasses. This isn't rare, it's normal. In 1897, Dr. Klein tests 100 ice cream samples. 78 are filthy, 32 have live cholera, 19 have tuberculosis. He writes, "The penny lick is a death trap. It must be abolished." But how do you stop a revolution? Ice cream is everywhere. It's in songs, it's in cartoons, it's in children's dreams. Vendors form a union. They lobby MPs. "You'll starve the poor if you ban us." Doctors fire back. "You're killing them." The fight drags into the new century. In 1899, London County Council finally acts. They ban the penny lick. No more reusable glasses. Vendors must use paper cups or something edible. Fines are £5, a fortune. Police raid carts at dawn. Glasses are smashed in the street, but change is slow. Black market penny licks pop up in alleys. Paper cups leak. Metal cups get stolen. Meanwhile, across the ocean, a solution is being born. In New York, another Italian immigrant named Italo Marciani is fighting the same war. His glasses keep disappearing, stolen, broken, returned, dirty. He tries paper cups. They fall apart. Metal cups, too heavy. Then one night, in 1896, he watches his wife make waffles. They're hot, soft, flexible. He has an idea. He bakes a thin wafer. While it's hot, he rolls it into a cup. It cools, hardens, holds shape. He fills it with ice cream. It works. It's edible. It's disposable. By 1902, he builds a machine. Iron plates, gas flame, crank handle, dozens of cups an hour. On September 22, 1903, he gets U.S. patent number 746,971, molding apparatus for forming ice cream, cups, and the like. Inventor, Italo Marciani, Hoboken, New Jersey. The edible ice cream cup is born. In England, a stylish lady named Agnes Marshall was whipping up ice cream cones back in 1888. Her cookbook, Fancy Ices, features a recipe for cornets with cream, which are baked almond cones filled with ice cream for fancy dinners. She even patented an ice cream freezer in 1885. But her cones were for the rich, not for street kids. Back in London, vendors try everything. Biscuit cups, waffle rolls. Nothing works until the cone crosses the ocean. In 1904, the St. Louis World's Fair, 20 million visitors, 1,500 buildings, the debut of the hot dog, iced tea, peanut butter, and the ice cream cone. Italo Marciani brings his molds, sets up a booth. The line is endless. He runs out of cups. His neighbor, Ernest Hamwi, sells Salabia thin Syrian waffles. Italo begs him, roll one into a cone. Hamwi does. The first ice cream cone is served. The crowd goes wild, but now the stories explode. Abe Doomer says he invented it at Coney Island in 1903. The Menches brothers claim they did it in Ohio with waffle cones and marshmallows. David Avu says 1902. Court battles rage for years. Patents clash, lawsuits fly. By 1914, the patent wars end. The cone is free for everyone. The fair ends. The cone spreads like wildfire. By 1905, cone machines are in every major city. By 1910, ice cream parlors stop using dishes. By 1920, the penny lick is dead, gone, a museum relic. By the 1920s, children stop dying from street ice cream. Health officials celebrate. Vendors make more money than ever. Italo Marchini dies in 1954, a millionaire. Carlo Gatti's ice wells still stand in Camden. Today, 46 billion ice cream cones are sold every year, but questions linger. Was tuberculosis the real killer, or just cholera? Did the vendors know they were spreading death? Could something like this happen again with food trucks, reusable cups, festival stalls? In 2015, Bluebell ice cream killed 3 people with listeria. In 2023, raw milk caused outbreaks. Festival food poisoning spikes every summer. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. So next time you grab a cone, pause for a second. That crispy, sweet wafer in your hand. It was born in a child's grave, paid for with blood, sweat, and genius. Hygiene saved dessert. Could we forget again? You tell me. Drop your wildest food horror story in the comments. Ever walk away from a sketchy street eat? Smash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you in the next deliciously dark history dive. Stay curious, stay safe, and maybe, just maybe, wash your hands before that ice cream.